Theme song. Oh, welcome back to Solid Content, and welcome back to a preview of a game called Craze, which is currently on Kickstarter now. And I am not the one behind the keys right now. I'm not, full disclosure, I'm not playing the game. The actual person playing the game is none other than the creator, Milan, who joins us today via Discord. Are you there?
Hi, thank you for the invite.
All right. Hopefully, okay, first of all, we were working on this before I started recording, and hopefully I pronounced your name correctly. I'm really self-conscious about that.
It was
But please know
spot on.
I tried. I was spot on? I did it?
Yeah, yeah, great.
Okay, yes. Okay, right off the bat, check out the link below while we're playing this game, while we're watching this game being played. Check out the link below to make sure you go to the Kickstarter if you're interested. I backed this one pretty quick. I recommend that you do as well because you're going to want to see this all over the channel. I can't wait to play this game. Already, even just watching you place like the windows and clothes that store.
I'm really bad with the naming after like so much time, like naming stuff.
I like it. What was this item you're just placing right now? They're changing rooms, but they're called kabinkas. Is that a name? That's the
Yeah,
name for them?
right now 50% of the names in the game are Czech and other 50% are like English. I'm not really consistent with this stuff at this moment.
Well, and
Because
that's
I did sorry, I didn't
No,
know
go ahead.
what was the English name for that. So I didn't want it to Google at that point, so I just wrote the Czech name for that.
Well, and that brings up a great point, which is the fact that like you are making this yourself. This is another, and I love finding these games, and that's why I'm so stoked to meet with you and interview you today. Is because I love finding games that are like this, that are run by one person, a one-person designer, making this game
Yeah.
from scratch, right?
Yeah, with Unreal Engine.
You're using Unreal. Okay, that's amazing. So let's maybe go from the very very start while we watch you design clothes the store. What's the how did you how did you get into video games first of all? Like what was your early sort of like I think I want to make video games?
Um, I never really had a moment where I just had like idea I want to jump into video games. I
Uh-huh.
had a course in my university where we used Blender for making 3D models, and then we imported them to Unreal Engine. So I was already kind of playing with
Yeah.
this idea. But how did actually Valkyrie started? Well, I was at my local mall, and I love Tycoon games. You know, that's
Yes.
why I'm making it. So I just had the idea today. I want to go home, look at Steam or whatever other platform, and I
Yeah.
want to download or buy a Tycoon game where I build a shopping center. You know, and
Amazing. Yeah.
but that didn't happen. Well, it happened. I searched, but I couldn't like really find what I was looking for. The old Mall Tycoon series is like now what 15, 16 years old.
True,
So
right. Yeah.
yeah, so that wasn't really what I wanted. And other games that I found were not really not what I was looking for. So at that moment, I was like saying, damn it, you know what I'm gonna do now. And
Yeah, there's nothing to do except for friggin' make it yourself.
yeah, right. So maybe after like the next day, I was like thinking, okay, so I had Unreal Engine at school, so maybe I would just, download it and just play with it. I
Yeah.
didn't know if I'm gonna make some game or not. I just started to playing with it, really watching few courses and tutorials, and I was thinking like, yeah, this is not that bad. This is actually pretty fun and not that hard as I thought.
Really? Oh,
Uh,
that's cool.
well, okay, disclosure, I have a coding background because
Okay, there it is.
that university. But it was not like that hard as I expected. Like if you have some basic programming knowledge, you can work it out. It's not like you have to have a major degree in programming to at least get started with the Unreal Engine. It's not that hard.
Right.
So I was just kind of trying some few things, and then I literally like went on the internet and wrote Unreal Engine Tycoon game tutorial. That and that's basically how more Craze started.
I love that. I love that. How accessible things are made by the like. And obviously, this is an old thing to talk about. Like, oh, the internet is so cool, but it really is. It really did create that ability to become a self-starter. Like, I do a lot of video work and like film editing and post-production stuff, and that was
Mhm.
all me just like Googling. I remember doing a commercial that was going to go on TV, and we had the content and stuff, and we had this meeting with the people that were going to host the material on TV, and they were just asking me specific questions about like, is the color within these bounds and like this and this code on your editor? And I was like, yeah, oh yeah, totally, yeah, I'll make sure that's. And I'm on the phone call, just like on Google, going like, what did that person just say? what should I say now as the editor? And it was just like, oh, what that means is this, and it's just like, this is perfect. Having the internet around, having Google, having this whole community of people that have either done it before or are willing to help figure it
Yeah,
out. It's just
exactly.
so amazing.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
when I started, I was just having Unreal Engine opened, and then on the another tab, just YouTube and Google, and basically switching between those three all the time. So
that's
yeah, just
awesome.
Googling.
How to make Tycoon game. I like it. Hey, right off the bat, I've noticed. We'll just jump into the gameplay here real quick. I love the
Hmm.
room placement. It seems it's very free form, which I like. Like you can create different shapes if you want. With the
Hmm.
rooms, I'm assuming, like if you want an L-shaped room or like a donut-shaped room or something like that. Um,
Hmm.
and then the entrance is sticky to the wall, so that's very cool. I was noticing that you placed the counter, and you're about to do it again, maybe.
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh
right.
no, that one. Yeah, so the counter in the other room, in the TV room, was like kind of close to the wall, like in the corner. Um,
Hmm.
what have you found? And then this is something I wanted to point out. I love the hiring menu. How they're all like, they look like either ballet dancers in mid jump, or they look like puppets or something that are like hung up, waiting to be picked to hire.
Yeah, it's
I
like
love it.
some kind of passionate position.
Yeah, it's a very passionate position. Okay, so my question was going to be, how did you find when building this game? I assume at some point we're going to see them all open, and how does the pathfinding work? Have you found that like was that challenging? And maybe we can ask about what the other challenges of the game are. But like, um, how do they get out from behind the counter and stuff like that? Or is that ever a problem?
Yeah, yeah. So right now the AI is using the standard pathfinding that is
Yeah.
present with Unreal Engine, and yeah, we will see that later. They are not that smart in terms of pathfinding right now because they're actually they don't at this moment they don't have like any kind of restrictions
Mm-hmm.
that say you can only walk on this kind of floor or this kind of path. So they will be walking sometimes in the middle of the road. But there are no cars. There are no car AI at this moment, so no
Right.
danger for them at this
No
moment.
danger. That's good. You remove the
But
danger.
that is something that I will have to like work out in the future. Right now, uh, for the past like 18 months, the main focus was really the building kind of thing.
Of course. Yeah. Well, what was that? What was that process like? Because I mean, obviously you can Google as much as you want, but at a certain point, you're going to be creating something that's never been made before because it's your game.
Hmm.
So at what point did that start to break away when you were like, oh yeah, like Google can't help me with this. Now I need to figure this out on my own. Were there any early challenges where you're like, oh crap, how is this going to
Hmm.
work?
Yeah. So at the beginning, I was really curious if I can do it, with Unreal Engine because a lot of Tycoon games they use their own engine or Unity. There's tons of tutorials with Unity
Right.
for maybe this kind of RTS games and so on. So at first I was just really thinking, can I even do it with Unreal? And then I found a nice tutorial series that had maybe like 50 episodes. I think I can send you a link and maybe you can put it like in the description or something,
That's a
because
great idea. Yeah, I will.
it really helped me. It really helped me a lot. And I started drifting away maybe, I don't know, out of the 50 episodes or something, maybe like 7 or 8 episodes was like copying one to one, like what was said in the tutorial. But then
Yeah.
I really needed to like started making my own stuff.
Right, yeah, because at that point, well, I mean, I guess that's kind of like the training wheels. Like you kind of feel you're like, okay, I've done the 50 episodes. Now I can move on. There must be a moment, like it happens for me too, where you're watching a tutorial and then you start to have, you're like, oh, the way he did this in the tutorial, I could use that tool or I could use that to do this other idea that I've had. And that's kind of the moment you realize you're like, oh, I'm moving outside of the tutorial now. Like I'm getting it
Yeah,
to the
at
point
some
where I don't
point
need it.
right, exactly. At some point you really start to like trying to find information from every kind of source that you can. You know,
Mm-hmm.
even if the thing in some other tutorial isn't really what you're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like 90% what exactly you're looking for. So you just take that and then you make your own version of that.
Right. Yeah, of course. Make it your own. So
Mhm.
right now with this other music shop that you're adding, they can get out from behind the counter, I assume.
At
I
this
know I'm
moment,
just
no.
oh, they're stuck
They're
back there.
forever and ever trapped there.
Oh, so do the shop people stay there at the counter currently?
Currently, yes,
Yeah.
but in the future, I will definitely want to have that they will be able to like help customers with their choices. They will be able to get away from the counter and just walk to them and say, just help them,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
they
yeah.
have some question about the product.
They're looking at that normal piano and then they upsell them to that grand piano, make some real cash.
They know everything about the piano at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I think well there's different types of workers, right? Like right now they're the type that my wife would like where it's like don't bother me while I'm in the shop. Just wait until I'm ready to pay for something. But in real life I love customer service. I love a good salesperson coming and talking to me.
Yeah.
My wife hates it. She doesn't like going shopping with me. This is great. Yeah, so I see you're building like sort of a center thing, and then there's the like I guess you're kind of building. It's sort of like outdoors right now in a way because, or do you have to like finish that wall off or something
Yeah,
before
it's
it
not
becomes?
the mall is not closed at this moment,
Yeah.
but I will be building another two shop that will just enclose it, and it will become just a small. It won't be like a really large mall because
Yeah.
we don't have really time for that.
Yeah. Of course.
But it but it will be like, yeah, it will be closed.
But do we have? Okay, so do you need to in the game currently, or is your intention to be like, yeah, it's got to you have to finish the building, like you have to close it in, or does that not really matter? Like the player, the mall customers will still show up if it was left like what it is now.
hmm at this moment, it doesn't really matter
Hmm.
because it wasn't like on the top priority to make
Yeah, yeah.
sure that it has to be like closed. But in the future, yeah, it would make sense that it should be it should be closed. There should be some kind of checkbox that says, is this like realistic? But
Yeah,
of
exactly.
course, I don't want to like uh, like, of course, some rules will
Yeah.
be in the game in terms of building, but I don't want to be too strict with the building of the shop because, well, in the end, it's just still a game, and I just want to. I love with other Tycoon games. I really
Hmm.
love the creative part when
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
when you can like build like anything that you really want with still some limitations, but yeah. So there will be some rules that you can do that or this, but I think that the game will be pretty open to new ideas.
Yeah, well, and I was going to say that must be interesting because you launched the Discord and you launched the Kickstarter, and it looks like as of even of recording this video, your Kickstarter is totally funded. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, good on you. and it deserves it. So that I'm happy to be a tiny part of that. What was the feedback like on the Discord and stuff like that? Were you already getting people like, I think you should do this, or I want, like, how many opinions did you start getting?
Yeah, it's awesome and crazy at the same times because you know I'm really open to like feedback, and I want to be like open because in the end it is just me, one person creating the game, and my idea doesn't have to be like the best idea for some kind of feature.
Yeah.
And I'm also living like in one part of the world, but malls are around the globe, so
Yeah. Was there anything that stuck out to you that was like, oh, that's a good idea, I might add that to the game?
someone actually posted a picture that some mall has a river inside it,
Oh.
and I was like, what? And these kind of things, yeah, like a lot of ideas on the Discord. We have special channels for ideas, and I don't know, on
That's a
average,
good idea.
maybe like three new ideas per day. And I have a document where I have all the ideas that are like really interesting, and it's really long list at this point.
Yeah, I guess and that's kind of the cool thing about having the community. Not to say that you're like exploiting them or whatever, but like you have this community of people that'll kind of generate some ideas and content for you. Where you're like, oh, I will do that. That's great. That's easy to implement. Thanks for the free idea.
But in the end, it's them who will play the game.
True. Okay, good point. Oh, you got two cashiers going on in this one. The all you want store. So this is I like this store. This is my favorite store so far. All you want, just all the stuff. Full hiring everybody, researching everything. I assume so. The research here. So you're kind of playing right now in a way that you have like a lot of funds or unlimited funds to do all these researches.
It's more like the type of gameplay that I'm doing right now isn't really like showing how fast it will be in after its release.
Yeah, of course.
I have, as you said, I have a lot of money, and the research takes like fraction of the time. Yeah, that's I wanted to show it with the mouse that there's a glitch, and the research takes a fraction of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. So what are going to be the sort of challenges of the game? I think it's obvious. Like with a Tycoon game, the challenges will be like covering your expenses with profit, attracting customers to the mall, stuff like that. Are there any sort of unique challenges? Any things that you've put into the game that even you're finding challenging already?
Yeah, that is something that I'm thinking a lot at this moment, because right now the game is not really challenging, with unlimited money and it's sort of like easy mode. But in terms of challenges, I think that definitely some economic challenges will be in the game, where you have maybe like slow period of time where people are not really buying that much.
Oh, cool! Like maybe events or something.
Or maybe some other mall opens up in your area and they steal portion of your customers and they have like really low prices, so you have to kind of battle it.
Oh, do you set kind of the prices in the stores as well?
Yes.
Very cool. Okay. Oh.
And then some.
Oh, is it open?
Now it's open.
You're spawning some customers in. I noticed that all the customers are loving it, except the second there's two now that have just walked away. They're like, nah. Those two are like, nah, I'm out of here.
Yeah. So you can see that some things are not really finished. Yeah, I will be trying to follow someone, and everything who I follow right now, they will be glitching. He will be stuck here. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
For sure.
So. Game is fighting me right now. I wanted to show something like he will walk to some product and then he will pay.
Decide something else.
And they just say no, not right now.
What's that sound? The chimes that we were hearing there. Is that a sale being made?
That's sale. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, well, it's working. The money's rolling in. Okay.
Maybe this time. Yeah,
She
and she
likes the
will.
washing
Yeah,
machine.
she will go to the other casual table because
Okay.
I don't know reasons.
Because reasons. I think I think these people look better. I think she's like got a crush on the that guy
Maybe.
right there. Yeah. She's like, how much for that washer and dryer? I love this. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
like all the
because
charts. I like the breakdowns. I think that's always key in a Tycoon game. Are like being able to see your dashboards, being able to see like graphs and charts. So I love this. It's a really
yeah.
clean design too. It's
Oh,
quite nice.
thanks. Yeah, I love statistics as well. So I really wanted to have some visual representation of all the data that will be in the game.
We're talking about attention to detail and statistics, and you're just trying to block this person with a tree and nudge him around. I hope that that feature stays in the actual release of the game. Please leave that. I want to be able to nudge people around with a tree. Please. That's the
Okay.
funniest. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen. I love that.
Yeah.
Just get in the store.
I was not like trying to hide this stuff because I know that the game has still like many
Oh,
flaws.
totally.
Yeah, so I'm just going with whatever happens.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what I love about finding these games, and also why I jumped on the Kickstarter when I saw it, because A, it looks like a game I'm gonna love playing. I'm gonna play the crap out of this game, but B, it's clear that it's headed in a good direction. That like, so you're like, yeah, of course you're not gonna hide the bugs and stuff like that, and that's fine because it's a Kickstarter. But like sometimes games in this state are released as full games on Steam, right? Like, and that's why I jumped on the Kickstarter, because like, if this is a Kickstarter, it's already this far along. Of course, this person is gonna keep going on this game. Of course, this person is passionate about making a good game.
Yeah, it's like, what is it? 18 months probably
18 months
of
this took you.
development. Yeah. I
Wow.
actually I actually wanted to launch the Kickstarter last year
Uh-huh.
around this time,
Yep.
but yeah, the whole world was
The
kind of
world
in a
ended quickly.
yeah. So that idea was postponed a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that on your Kickstarter page there, that you were saying that kind of postponed things. But I mean, that did, yeah, for all of us. So that makes total
Mhm.
sense. With the Kickstarter being fully funded, what are some of your, like, I don't know, what do you call those on Kickstarter? Stretch goals? Where you're
Yeah,
like,
stretch
if it gets
goals,
fully funded,
exactly.
I'm gonna do this. So what's coming up?
At this moment,
Yeah.
we have like the main Kickstarter goal was like 7,500, and
Hmm.
now we have a goal for 10,000 that is fully voiced public address system. I hope I'm
Oh,
saying
cool.
the right thing. It's the thing that
Yeah,
I
I think I
call
know what
it
you're saying.
mall radio, where like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
announcer says that please, owner of this car,
yeah.
choose a different parking and like that stuff.
the the PA. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
this is the next goal.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's awesome. Wait, so okay, um, can I get my voice in there if I hit a certain Kickstarter goal? If I pledge, like, how much do I have to pledge? Well, let's take a look at the goals here. I got the Kickstarter pulled up on another monitor. Pledge 50
To
or more, 85, 150. Oh, design a product. Oh, here's the thing. I think I did the whichever is the one that is like that gets you like into the beta or sign up.
yeah, the
I backed at
35,
that
the
level,
manager.
but maybe I'm gonna double back and design a product. Oh no, it's no longer available.
Not
Oh,
yet,
okay.
only 10. Yeah,
Well,
I was
if you're
actually
watching this video, that's not available anymore, everybody. Sorry.
I was really surprised to see it being taken that quickly because I didn't really know like what kind of tiers to make. So for me at the beginning it was like kind of tier that okay, I will put it there. Maybe one or
Right.
two people will like pick this up, and then in the first or second day like 5 places already taken.
Wild. Are you
So
allowed to tell us what kind of products they've designed, or have they not given you that, like, filled that out, that information out
uh,
yet?
I don't know. I don't have that information right now.
Oh,
I
okay,
think that
okay.
after the Kickstarter, it will be.
Right, you'll have to contact them
Yes.
and be like, okay,
Yeah.
what product do you want?
Exactly.
Within reason, I assume, right? They're not going to ask you for like some real spicy designs, some real spicy type of product.
Yeah, of course. The main issue is like a trademark because
Oh, yeah, of course.
yeah, that is something that I had to learn a lot with the development because of course you can just, you know, make a, I don't know, phone store and just sell some kind of known brand there.
Right.
So I have to battle it with some generic names. You know, at
Yeah.
this stage, the guitar is simply called guitar,
Right.
and so on.
Yeah, I guess
And
it's an opportunity to come up with like what do you call those, like parody names or whatever if you wanted to, or your own brand, just as long as it's not too close to Apple or whatever.
yeah, exactly. But
Right. Okay.
I was going through like the trademark database, and it feels like almost every single name and word is already taken. So
Oh, that's not fair. There's got to
it's
be like some sort of fair use. Like it's got to count as like satire or something. I don't know.
yeah. Some mhm.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, I really like the outdoor decoration going on here. Motivation, service, and age. So, do some of these stats here? I assume you're going to want to implement some kind of a buff or debuff or something like that. Like if they're really old, the staff move slower. The customers need different things. If their motivation is low, I assume that's something you've got to think about. Like, are you going to need a staff area and stuff like that in future versions of the game?
Mm-hmm. Like in terms of the AI, yeah,
Yeah.
every single like they will have the same like basic AI, but for every single customer it will behave differently. So let's say
Mm.
if they have are in a bad mood, they will have a higher chance of not buying a product or leaving the mall.
Mm.
Or
Okay.
if they are hungry, they will go to buy some food
That'll
and
be
so
their
on.
motivation, right?
Yeah, so there will not be like exact copies of themselves, but everyone will have a certain amount of money, desires, needs, and so on.
Right. That's great. Well, and that's an awesome way to introduce more challenges too, where it's like, oh, the food court is too far away. I've got way too many customers like getting hungry at this part of the mall and then like not being able to get food and they get pissed and they leave.
Yeah, I actually have like a permanent message going on at the bottom. Guests are complaining about the state of your mall,
Oh, I see that
and
now. Yeah,
yeah, it's just hard coded at this moment. So if this was if you had this message at the release
yeah.
game, you would be in real trouble.
Oh, right, because people will probably be leaving the mall en masse or like giving you bad reviews or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go. I love that. By the way, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I am so stoked to see like multi-floor building. That is always something that like I don't know if you played Another Brick in the Mall, like those kinds of sort of top-down tycoons. But
Yeah,
there's
I saw that.
yeah, there's a point at which you're just kind of like, all right, well, I've built this giant square. So like
Hmm.
I like the replayability, I guess is what I'm saying, is limited on those kinds of games. But if you unlock being able to build a second or third floor, now you're getting into like you can kind of feel it wake up. You're like, "Oh, design stuff." Like, I could make like a crazy courtyard, or I could do some sort of massive atrium, and then
Hmm.
already I'm kind of like, oh, I want to do like I know this is pre-recorded gameplay, but I was always like gave you a suggestion. I was like, oh, what if this
No,
was? Oh,
don't do this.
right.
Do this.
He's already done it. He's already done it. There's no point.
Yeah, this is something that I really like about like those large shopping centers
Mm.
that have multiple floors, and you can kind of see like you are at the top floor and you can see all the way down, and it's really cool. I liked it. So this is something that I also want to kind of be able to recreate in the game as well. So multiple floors and even like multiple floor stores.
Oh, cool.
That's something that I really want to have in the game.
That's awesome. How does that work with because I know that like one of my favorite games, Crossroads Inn, it's sort of like it got a couple of bugs regarding like room stuff. How do the customers know what store they're in? There must be some sort of like, especially if you do multi-floor stores.
Mhm.
Do the entrances, like that floor, the blueprint when you're putting in the floor, is that sort of the like, again, I don't know the coding term for it, but is that
Mhm.
sort of an indicator to the AI of like, this is the 4th electro store, even
Yeah.
if I'm on the 1st floor?
Uh-huh. At this moment, uh, as I said, they are not that smart. So
Yeah.
right now they are they like all knowing kind of stuff,
Yeah.
that they just pick some shop, and then they pick a product, and then they go to that place. But yeah, exactly, like reacting to where they are right now and seeing the entrances, that is something that I will definitely try to implement in the future as well, because
Hmm.
Unreal Engine like allows that, so that they can orient themselves based on what they see, or maybe even
Hmm.
what they hear. So yeah, in the future, that's something I want to change.
Implement, yeah.
Yeah.
You might not, Milan. You might not like this question, but if you want, I'm trying to find out from you if you want to go here. Based on the Kickstarter, like you've got it funded, so now there's a
Okay.
part of you that's
Okay.
like, oh, what happened? Hello, are you still there?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Sorry
what
for.
I was gonna say is you've got the Kickstarter fully started, fully funded, so
Mhm.
there's got to be, so now there's a part of you that's like, oh crap, I gotta finish this game now. Is there like, what's the big thing that maybe you're like not looking forward to getting finished? What's something that you maybe have like left to the last, not the last minute, but you know what I mean, where you're like, ugh, I gotta figure this part out? Is there like,
Yeah.
what's the
Okay.
big challenge for you as a developer coming up?
Yeah. Probably a lot of things. Okay. Let me let me think for a second.
Yeah, it's not like a nice question.
I think that I am postponing a lot the vehicle AI,
Oh, okay.
because there are no vehicles in the game.
Hmm.
So I'm like waiting for last minute to to jump into that.
And is that just
And
so they can drive up and park kind of thing?
yes, yes, I want them to like drive and park, and then get out of the car
Right.
and
Okay.
all this stuff. And another thing, hmm, basically every single bug that you see right now.
Right. Yeah. Like them
Because
bumping
I
into
love,
each other.
yeah, I love implementing new stuff.
Hmm.
So I'm always like pushing the bugs that are in game. Okay, okay. Now I just implement this new stuff, and then I will like fix this. Okay, no,
Right.
actually now I'm gonna implement this new stuff. Okay, now after this I'm gonna fix it. So yes, kind of procrastination on the bug
Yeah.
sandwiches.
That's so funny,
So
but it makes
these
sense
kind of
because,
things.
yeah, you're a designer at heart. So you're like, oh, I want to see these benches like looking nice. I want to see this looking nice. I want to get this wall decorated. And you're like, never mind, they bump into
Exactly.
each other for now. We'll fix that later.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I wonder. You don't have to get. I mean, I might not understand the answer very much, but some people that watch my channel might understand the answer. But so, for example, something with the cars. What's going to be hard about that? So, like, you have to, like, the cars are like a separate sort of AI, like a separate asset that basically have to drive up and like act like cars.
Yeah,
And then they need to like park and then spawn a customer, basically.
and yeah, I believe that in Unreal Engine, the AI system for the character and for the vehicles
Uh
is
huh.
separate.
Okay.
They have a separate implementation.
Okay.
But to answer the question like fully, I don't know yet. That's
Right.
that is
Okay.
because
That's
that is
okay.
that
Good
is
point.
in a way, that's also the reason why I didn't jump into implementing that right now, because uh,
Because
it
you don't
it
know
is my
yet.
first game in Unreal Engine. So
Right.
at this moment, I am really like pumped up, and I want to do what I know right now, which is like creating new types of shops and so on.
Right.
And I,
Yeah.
and I don't really know like how much of a challenge will the vehicles be. So this is kind of like that uncertainty, you know, if how hard it's gonna be, that prevented me to jump into it to this point. But yeah, like of course, like at some point, I will have to like say, okay, Milan, just sit down, you know. If you
Yeah.
want, open Google and YouTube, search how to do it, and just do it.
Yeah, maybe I'll try to learn too. I'll try to help out. I'll just get started. No, my wife and I, a long time ago, were talking about like a video game that we had an idea for, which is kind of like a mobile game of like dishwashing. And as soon as we started looking into Unity and stuff like that, it's like, I don't have a coding background. Neither of us do. So I was like, oh, I don't know if this is for us. I think we're just going to play the games because this looks tough. But I'm so
Yeah,
glad that you're doing it.
yeah, at the beginning it was tough, but it gets easier.
Yeah, it
But
gets easier as you go.
about the ideas, actually that surprised me a lot. You know, within the first week of playing with Unreal Engine, I had like so many ideas
Right.
to new games. I also have another list of game ideas that I would like to make, and it's like 20 20 ideas. You know, at this point it's probably shorter because after those 18 months, probably few of those ideas are already taken. So
Right. Or some of those games you're like, nah, I know that's going to be a pain to make. I'm not making that one.
yeah. So like the ideas, a lot of ideas. Yeah, when I started.
If you could go back in time and make a different game off that list rather than the mall one, which I'm glad you made the mall one though. I'm very much looking forward to this one. But if you could, do you want to tell me, like, you don't have to tell me if you have any ones that are proprietary that you think are going to be your next hit, but like what else would you make other than like a Tycoon game, or is it strictly all Tycoon games for you?
Uh, I don't know if I would change that, to be honest,
Oh,
because
that's good.
in the end, it is still like the More Craze is still the game that I want to play, or at least I wanted to play at the beginning, and I still want, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see it like finish and
Yeah.
see other people play it, because right now when the Kickstarter is out and after 18 months, I already see people like really liking the ideas,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and people that love it, they really love it. So I don't really have a reason to change like the game or start making another game, because I can see that people are hyped up about the game, and it keeps me
Totally.
like really motivated to implement new stuff, you know, create new type of show it to people, you know, see their reaction. And yeah, so at
That's
this
such a
point,
yeah.
uh,
I was just gonna say that's such an interesting thing that you said, because to me that's like something that people like that we don't often think about as far as like creative people or people that, you know, anybody that wants to make something, is that one of the best inspirations can be other people's excitement. It's like,
exactly.
oh man, like I can, like, as soon as you see enthusiasm for your game, now you've had 7 more ideas for things you want to do, and you have this extra energy to like finish this project because people are excited for it. So you're like, oh well, that's kind of motivated me now.
hmm
I love it.
You know, like just people talking about the game just brings smile to my face, you know, like people saying, "Oh my God, that's awesome." Yeah, so as you said, like motivation from other people, it's really makes a difference.
Yeah. Um, I there's a where I grew up. There's a mall nearby. Well, you know, kind of nearby. Canada, as we talked about before we started recording, is a very large and empty country. But there's this mall. I don't know if you know about it, called West Edmonton Mall. Very large mall. I think it was one of those, like, it's by the highway. They just kept building.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a submarine ride in it, and a roller coaster.
Okay, let me
Uh,
write that down.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know,
These are.
this.
This is just a small ask, but I would love a functional roller coaster design system in the game, please.
Uh, I
Yeah,
don't know.
West Edmonton
I
Mall.
can see. Okay, I can promise that. I
You're
think.
gonna promise that? Yeah. Can you put a roller coaster tycoon game inside of your mall tycoon game, please?
Okay, you know, and after like 10 years.
Yeah.
of developing the game. You know, people are gonna like ask on the internet, what's the best roller coaster game? Okay, just download more Craze. You know,
Yeah.
what's the best Zoo Tycoon game? Okay,
Yeah.
just download more Craze.
Yeah.
Just basically all the Tycoon games in one.
Yeah. Milan had this list of other games he wanted to make, but he just got too obsessed and he made all the games inside Mall Craze.
Or he just didn't want it to like start a new project in Unreal
Yeah.
Engine, so he
Yeah.
just added stuff.
Yeah.
Kept adding.
Now there's that could be kind of fun though. Like, okay, obviously this is getting way out of hand, but like you could have like indoor paintball or something, and then you could go and be one of the customers, and now it's a first-person shooter inside the paintball. You have laser tag or something. That'd be so awesome.
I guess Steam would have problem to figuring out what kind of game it actually
Yeah, that's
is.
true. Yeah, what are we selling right now? You add some bumper cars in here. Now you've got a little GTA going on. This game is
about everything.
It's a multi-game universe maybe that you've developed here.
But I guess I will stick with mall building at this moment.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense. Hey, how many floors currently can you go? Oh, look at this, a Christmas tree. I love it.
Yeah, I made it for one Instagram post like last year, so
I love that.
it's still in the game.
So yeah,
how many floors?
Yeah, how many floors?
I believe 4.
That's awesome.
4 at this moment, but there is nothing in the engine that would prevent me to like add more.
Right. It's just
But
comes.
yeah.
It's your
It just
your computer at that point, I guess.
maybe. Yeah, but I actually had to do at the very beginning some kind of optimization because
Oh, that tree won't
when I
move.
at the beginning when I tried to spawn like 100 or 150 customers, the engine didn't really like that. So already at that early stage, I had to like turn off a couple of settings.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess your computer will be some kind of benchmark for that. But I'm trying to make the game optimized enough to be able to play on some kind of mid-range computer, or even like maybe a lower mid-range computer.
I love that.
Able to play that.
Yeah, I mean that's always kind of like the dream, right? Because then the game is super accessible. You make just so many sales.
And I also used to have like slow computer, so I know the pain. Of
You know the
computer.
pain. Yeah. Oh man. Well, again, just to say, like, I am so looking forward to this game. I love the state it's already in. Like, we're not even at the beta, right? This is like we're getting close to it.
If I would use the standard like separation of alpha, beta, or prototype, I would say pre-alpha or maybe like early alpha.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Man, that's awesome. Well, I'm very much looking forward to hopefully getting to play a copy, and I'll ask you if I'm allowed to play it on the channel first, of course. But then once it's out on early access, I'm going to be all over this game. Can't wait.
Okay.
Is your plan? I'll just ask you real quick before we're over here. Mall Craze with the tree there, I love it. The food court and stuff like that, is that going to be implemented for the next, like for the copies that we're going to be playing, the betas or whatever, or is that further down the line, the eating?
Maybe. Yeah, like when the like first playable version comes out, I would definitely want to have more content than right now, because as you can see, there are only 3 types of shop. I have to be really creative with the names, like Fourth Electro.
Fourth Electro. I like it.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a possibility that the food court will be available at that stage.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. I don't know why that was my last question to ask. It's a weird last question to ask, but I was just like pretty excited to design a food court.
Maybe we're getting hungry at this point.
Yeah, maybe I'm getting hungry. It's breakfast time for me at the time of this recording. Okay, well, folks, if you like this game, if you are interested, as I know you are, especially on this channel, if you're excited to play this game along with me while I'm trying my best to design hundreds of stores, then go check out the link below in the description for the Kickstarter, unless you're watching this way later and the Kickstarter's done. But if not, get on that backing. Let's get this to $1 million if we can. And thanks so
awesome.
much for joining me, Milan. That was awesome. I was glad to get to know you and chat about this awesome game.
Yeah, it was great. Actually, I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. I hope everyone watching found this episode also to be some truly solid content. And we will see you all in the next video of whatever it is that I play.